What's going on, guys? I'm SimpleSimon. Welcome to this week's comic haul. Pretty small size haul this week. It was DC this week, so but I did have a bunch of books I couldn't pick up last week that I picked up this week. So we'll check out what we got and also show you what Sarah picked up. Let's do this. Alrighty, so I'm filming again on my Sony ZV-E10 camera that I've been on loan from Sony. So again, let us know. I know last week's video turned out very dark. I have played with the settings. I've turned the ISO way up, which seems a little bit odd, but let us know if it looks any better. I'm still trying to get the hang of this manual setting thing. So anyway, we'll start off with some Sarah pickups. She only picked up 4 books this week. First is this Alice Never After. This is the Jenny Frison variant. I think I showed that one off last week. So she picked that up this week. She's got the Batman White Knight Presents Generation Joker. I'm not reading this, but I didn't realize that Sean Murphy is actually no longer doing the art on this. I believe Mirka Andolfo is doing the interior on this, and obviously Sarah's a big fan of Mirka. So she picked that one up as well. Then we've got some Luana Vecchio stuff from Sarah. Snow White Zombie Apocalypse. I don't know what this is. It's from Scout Comics, but Sarah said I think there's a few more of these coming out. But yeah, I didn't know about this. I think she's actually doing the interior art for this. Yep, that definitely looks like Luana. So yeah, never heard of this one. Snow White Zombie Apocalypse, in case you want to check that one out for yourselves. She also picked up the Harley Quinn Black, White and Red issue 2. I don't know who did this cover, but the reason Sarah bought this was because Luana Vecchio does like some interiors, and her interiors actually look really good. I believe these are all mini stories, and yeah, Luana has one of her own in there. I don't know if she wrote it or just drew it, but she's definitely done the art there, so very cool. Sarah picking up all of her favorite artists there. Now, what did I pick up this week? We'll start off with this one. So this one here I actually didn't order. It was in my box and I was like, Mark, did I actually order this? And he said, no, I just chucked it in there just in case you wanted it. And I was like, no, it's not quite a Kiss cover. So I wasn't going to take it, but Mark's like, you know what? You can have it. I was like, alright, well, it's free. I might as well take it then, right? So there's that there. Thank you, Mark. And then we got some Rebel Girls. Now, this is super indie. Keen Spot. Never heard of that publisher. But this, I think, is about like some punk rock girl band. And I think it's got some supernatural element to it. Can't quite remember. There was a lot of different covers there, but I thought I'd check that out. This one here was a cover by, I can't remember the artist. Who was it? Sal Wee or something? I started following this artist on Instagram. I really like their work. They've got a very sort of anime-esque style, but I thought that was quite cool. I think that style's growing me because obviously this is very Sarah. I'm surprised Sarah didn't actually pick this up, but yeah, I picked that one up. Very nice Black Cat cover there. And then this is a Catwoman Night Terrors. I don't know why I got this. I'm surprised I bought this because I believe it's a cover buy, and I didn't buy, there was a Tula Lotte cover as well, and I didn't get that one. And I was about to pick it up off the table. I thought, you know what? Let it go. Just let it go, son. You don't need it. You don't need it. I'm getting better. I actually told Mark today that I'm cutting my previews magazine, so the end is near for my crazy collecting. I will always obviously collect some titles, but I need to definitely stop just looking. I just need to not know what's coming out, and then maybe it'll be easier for me to just stick to the few titles I actually really enjoy. This is a Nicola Scott cover. This is Tales of the Teen Titans number 2 of 4. It looks like she's redoing, like paying homage to the old George Perez, I think, covers from the, I think it was the 80s. So I actually jumped to this one. I've got the original Raven one, so I think this will look really cool right next to it. Hopefully I'll get Nicola to sign that at a future convention. And then we got some Dead by Daylight. So I read the first issue of this and I didn't mind it. It wasn't like out of control good, but I just like, you know what? I think it's only 4 issues, so why not pick these up? So there's that. They're all polybagged because I believe there's a game code in there. So that one there, I obviously didn't order at the time of pre-orders because I hadn't read the first issue yet. But then I read it and I went and pre-ordered this and ordered issue 2 to come in too. And there's only one more issue. I think there's a Luana cover coming out for Dead by Daylight if I'm correct. This is another one to add to my music. Actually, you know what? I might give this to a friend of mine who's a bit of a metalhead. This is King Diamond. I love that. It was Opus. Is this through Opus? Oh, it's not. Oh, interesting. I was wondering why the price wasn't $666. I don't know who this is through, 10 Ton Press maybe? But King Diamond, black metal. I thought it was interesting, so I might actually give that to a friend of mine just for shits and giggles. I really like looking at these Hellfire Gala variants with all the characters all dressed up. I thought this was pretty cool too. This is a Ghost Rider cover there. Look at that. Super cool there. So I picked that one up. But no more! No more Hellfire Gala cover buys. And then finish it off, we got Predator issue 5. Mark just had a spare one of these, so I picked it up. I believe I've got the first 4 issues too, so I'll get around to reading that one day. I wasn't going to jump on this Predator run because I read the previous one and it was really good. And then I realized the character from the previous story is actually in this story too, so that's why I decided to pick up these Predators. That's all the new books. We'll do some quick shout outs and then I'll show you just one more thing.
Shout out to Old Wolf.
I've got 2 channels to shout out this week. First one is Neil Collects. I hadn't tuned into his channel for a while, but he picked up some Star Wars cards recently, so if you're a Star Wars guy, if you're a cards guy, or you're not subscribed to Neil, check out Neil Collects. I'm also going to shout out my boy, Naman, a comic bookworm. He received a really cool sketch cover from Norenrad. It was very, very cool, so I'm going to leave a link to both those videos. And also, I'm hoping to get my hands on a Naman sketch cover soon. We'll see if we can work something out. But yeah, those are my 2 channel shoutouts. Alright, I got 2 more books to show you. First one is an exclusive. Sarah organized this one. It's a GalaxyCon exclusive. And would you believe it? It's another Luana cover. So this was a Luana Vecchio exclusive cover to the new Red Sonja that came out recently. Sarah bought the Virgin variant. She asked me if I wanted one. I was like, you know what? I'll go the trade dress. I like the trade dress, so I'm down with the trade dress. Sometimes Virgins look nice, but it's always nice to also know what book you're reading, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the Luana Red Sonja cover. One more book. So this is a spoiler and a plug. I'll finish with this book. I went to the Giant Size Toy Fair last weekend. And if you guys haven't seen the video, make sure you check that out. I'll leave a link to it in the description as well. I'll just show you one of the books that I picked up. I picked up mostly toys, so I won't show you the toys that I picked up. But I happened to pick up this, which I was super happy about. $10 for the first appearance of Sonic the Hedgehog. Now this is the newsprint variant. So there was actually 2 versions of this first appearance. One was a promotional comic book, and one, I believe this was a game insert or something like that. But nonetheless, it's still the first proper full appearance of Sonic the Hedgehog in comics, and I picked that up for $10, so I just thought I'd show that off again. But if you haven't seen the vintage and modern Toy Fair vlog I did on the weekend, check that video out. And check out Matt Spidey's. Matt Spidey dropped his last night as well, and he picked up a lot of books from there. So that's all I got for you this week. What other videos have I got coming out? I've still got an episode of The Noob that's been sitting there waiting to come out, so if you missed Mark, I'll probably drop that on Friday. I've still got some toy unboxings to drop. I've still got a video where I filmed it with this camera and it's really dark, but I talked about my first comic book that I ever sold. I'm a hashtag flipper guy now, so I got that video coming out. I've got a whole lot of stuff coming, so make sure you guys are subscribed, hit that bell, like, comment, all that good stuff. And until next time, I'm SimpleSimon. Tell your friends,